Good evening, all of this. And hello to my Yazidi brothers. I prepared a speech, of course, but I can't say how frustrating it is to see that we're not learning our lessons. We have it all in our textbooks, all the genocides starting from Roman Empire, coming to Armenian genocide, Holocaust, now witnessing ISIS before the Darfur, before the Rwanda, Cambodia, we're still not resolving this issue. With so many power centers in the world, with so many governments, international organizations, and we still leave it to NGOs and individual efforts, this is unacceptable. From first to last genocide, I call this little speech of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, United Nations marks December 9, yesterday, as the International Day of Commemoration and Dignity of the victims of the crime of genocide and of the prevention of this crime. That resolution was presented on behalf of 84 co-sponsors and adopted on March 27, 2015 by my country, Republic of Armenia, last year. And today, December 10th, we also mark Human Rights Day. Two very important dates. Another important but tragic day was April 24, 1915, which was the day when more than 300 Armenian intellectuals were arrested, tortured, murdered, or said to be deported by the declining Ottoman Empire. We consider this day the beginning of the Armenian genocide, the first genocide of the 20th century. But the Armenian genocide is not just a memory in the hearts of Armenians. It set a precedent for the use of extermination as a policy tool in the modern world. And it was repeated in Holodomor, Holocaust, in Cambodia, Rwanda, Darfur, and elsewhere. Now, Canada has always been a strong supporter of human rights, in particular in the case of the Armenian people, and this can be seen in a number of resolutions recognizing the Armenian genocide, including the most recent in 2015. We're very grateful to Canada for its strong support and for the excellent relations that our countries enjoy during the 25 years of Armenia's independence. The events of 2 years ago, approximately, in the Middle East, fully fit the definition of genocidal act. A large number of Yazidis have left their homes and hid in the mountains. Humanitarian catastrophe unfolded. Yazidis were forced to accept Islam unconditionally. Objectors were killed immediately. The Yazidis and Christians have been intentionally killed just because of their faith. The Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide, adopted by the UN on December 9, 1948, considers the intended partial or complete destruction of a national, ethnic, or racial or religious group as genocide. In October of this year, the House of Commons of Canada voted unanimously to declare ISIS persecution of Yazidis a genocide. It is because of people like the ones that work in One Free World that this effort was successful, and we have to support One Free World International's ongoing work in Iraq and Syria in response to the brutality of ISIS. I want to use this opportunity to thank Reverend Majid Al-Shafi, the founder president of One Free World International, for his efforts in organizing this important event. Ladies and gentlemen, Armenia was one of the first countries which voiced the threat posed by terrorists to the world, and not just in the Middle East. A couple of years ago, when we were raising the issue in international forums to condemn the Turkish government-supported attacks on Armenian-populated Kesab in Syria and the destruction of St. Martyr's Armenian church in Deir ez-Zor, we were highlighting atrocities committed not only against the Armenian people, but also towards other minorities, including Yazidis. The Middle East has always been widely known for its cultural and religious diversity, and the Yazidis have been part of that mosaic. There is a culture of tolerance and coexistence that has been cultivated in many countries of the Middle East. Let us not forget that numerous Arab countries sheltered our compatriots, the survivors of Armenian genocide. And what's happening now? Hatred, xenophobia, intolerance And not only towards different religions, but also towards different sects within the same religion. Ladies and gentlemen, Yazidis are one of Armenia's largest ethnic minority groups and well-respected ones. A small village of Aknalich, not far from Armenia's capital, will soon be a home to the world's largest Yazidi temple. Kuba Merdivani, roughly translated as all will come together. 7 domes will surround the large central dome representing Melek Taus, the most revered of the Yazidi angels. It will be crowned with a gold-plated sun, a symbol of the Yazidi faith. For a people striving to rebound after the 2014 massacre by Islamic State, the structure will be a symbol of resilience. Together, let's make sure that the Yazidi genocide is the last genocide we know of. Thank you.